The secret agent clip. First look at Brazilian star Wagner Moura. And if you remember, Wagner was Pablo Escobar in Narcos.
Mm-hmm.
That was his huge claim to fame. So
vai passar de 100, hein? Pode apostar.
De 100 mortos?
Oxi. Tá policial?
Eu não, sou policial.
Uma pinta de policial, cara.
Não sou policial.
Euclides Oliveira Cavalcante, suas ordens.
Marcelo.
Marcelo de quê?
Alves.
Marcelo Alves. Nome de policial.
Sou policial.
Let's get Fletcher's reaction.
I guess he's wondering if he's a police guy.
Well, it's one man sizing up the new guy, right? It's an old guy sizing up the new guy. He's trying to intimidate him. First of all, he sits on top of the desk looking down at him. Like, what's your name? What's your full name?
Right.
Yeah. Anything else that you're taking away from that?
It's obviously a period piece, and I'm sure some Jato will happen in some kind of way, because that's kind of how it looks like it's happening. Jato is a Brazilian term for when you want to get things done, anything in the politics or deal with police or anything like that, you give like money to the person.
Oh, like a kickback.
It's more like a bribe, but it's
a bribe. Right.
It's it's looked upon as not a bribe. It's looked upon as a service. So
Brazilian director Kleber Mendonça Filho is back in competition in Cannes for the third time with a 1977 set thriller, The Secret Agent. There you go. It's 1977. Wagner Moura stars as a tech expert in his early 40s, is on the run. He travels Brazil northwestern port city of Recife during Carnival Week, hoping to reunite with his son, but soon realizes that the city is far from being the non-violent refuge he seeks. Like Walter Schei's recent Oscar winner, I'm Still Here, the drama set against the backdrop of Brazil's military dictatorship, lasted from 64 to 85. However, Filho, who hails from Recife, says his film is a different approach to that period. Every time I'm told that the film would be, every time I told people the film would be set in 1977, the first word that comes out is dictatorship, which is fine. But in Brazilian cinema and Argentina cinema as well, there's a subgenre of that dictatorship movie, says Filho. The challenge was to make a film about the logic of that time without kicking all the boxes of the dictatorship movie. I'm not against those films. In fact, we just had a very strong and beautiful film in Brazilian cinema, I'm Still Here, by Schei's, who did wonders for many young people who were not even aware of that moment in history. But with this film, it's very much about the atmosphere, the fumes. All right. So what are your thoughts there on what this director said about this movie?
Yeah, I guess part of, for international audience, during, certain periods in South America cinema, the cinema is actually subsidized by the government. So the slant on movies would be, like propaganda films, should we say? Or lean towards it, and if there was any criticism, it was done in secret, kind of like it's like some salsa music that came out of Cuba. It would say certain things that sound sexual, but literally they would be talking about the government and stuff like that. So a lot of that is happened in cinema and movies, and in secret. So it looks like what he's trying to do is to not lean into the stereotypes of it, but at the same time not demonize it, because not everybody was involved. Hopefully that's what he means. we'll see.
So it's in you. Do you like what's coming out of his mouth as far as describing his film?
It's it sounds like a very it's a proper response, to something that sounds a little analogous and amalgamous.
Anachronistic?
Yeah, so it's just you're just like, no, this is not what this is. This is, it's almost like a reserved question. You don't want to infer too much. Now when the movie comes out, we'll see what exactly it is, but I think he's trying to sell it to a wider audience who might be a little bit turned off by something that mentioned, the era that it's in. So I think he's trying to say this is more set into a
right. I hear what you're saying, because he is trying to sell his film to a wider audience.
Right.
So he just doesn't look. It's not like, Down with the Dictator or like that dictator. This is something else.
Right. So it just sets in that world, but it's not the movie's not about that world or glamorizing it or putting it down, and whichever way what side of the fence you're in. This is a movie about him getting closer to his son, and other stuff along the way. And if it's that, then it has more of a wider appeal, especially now in Brazil. Since there's so much division in Brazil, in the government, where you do have the two sides differently divided. I mean, to sell a movie for wider audience, you probably do have to say, okay, I'm not saying I'm okay with this, but then I'm saying I'm not saying I'm okay with that either. This is just about the relationship.
Couple things here, guys. If Wagner Moura looks familiar, it's because to American audiences he is. He was one of the leads in Civil War with Kirsten Dunst. He was incredible in that. He was also in Elysium opposite Matt Damon. And then, of course, he played Pablo Escobar in Narcos, which you can see on Netflix. He's an incredible actor. We love him to death, me and Romy. So dynamic. And I have never seen him act in his native tongue. So I'm very curious to see this guy. So that's one thing, Fletch. The other thing is that the director has this big name attached to his film. This is great to get this movie out. And the reviews that have come in, because many outlets have already reviewed it because of a screening at Cannes Films Festival. It is getting great reviews. Here's Hollywood Reporter. Wagner Moura makes a stunning return to Brazilian cinema in Filho's masterful period political thriller. A technology expert goes back to his hometown in 1977 to reunite with his son and flee the country while hitmen were hired by a corrupt federal official close in on him. That's a great setup.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if they're able to, do the fine, in between, okay, I'm not gonna villainize everything about it, or I'm not gonna cheer everything about it. This is just what the story is gonna be. It it could have more likes than just a local release.
Yep. Well, we'll see, man. I mean, Wagner has been really smart with his roles. He's been in a lot of good stuff I like. And that is our reaction to the scene and to this news about the new Brazilian film that's getting a lot of eyeballs.